listeners, and welcome to this very special edition of the program with the Landmark Metropolitan University here in Boya. On Wednesday, we were here with the school or the School of Agriculture, and today we are in the company of the School of Business and Management Sciences this morning. So if you are just tuning in, trust me, there is a lot in store for you when it comes to professional institution, professional know-how. And this morning, you are in the company of Tacom, Clarin, and Zivita, and we have a host of lecturers and directors from the Landmark Metropolitan University. We catch our breaths after this music interlude. When we come back, we will dive straight away into the program.
Like a maze, and the fake will be seen like it's regional, causing everybody run around like it's physical. Two in the bed, one will be taken, some in the car, some elevating. It could be raining, it could be sunny, it could be when your dad is calling or mom is cooking. See, if you believe in the Most High, body flying in the sky high, you ain't believe in the Most High. Hellfire, 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 hellfire. I remember revelation in relation to end time tribulation. See, believe me, we're living in the end time. It's high time you follow the Most High.
The name of Jesus can set you free. This is the end time, everyone believe. No other power.
Welcome back, dear listeners, and a happy weekend to all those tuned to RGR FM 105.5. Yes, this is the leading voice of Christian broadcast. And just like I mentioned earlier, we are having a special edition with the Landmark Metropolitan University Boya. Remember, we are always with them every Wednesdays and Fridays, same time, same frequency. And so far, we have looked at the School of Medicine, we have looked at agriculture, and today we are looking at business and social sciences. I'm sure it is not something new to you listening out there, but you are going to be getting a deeper depth of what it is all about and how Landmark Metropolitan University carry out their activities when it comes to this particular school of studies. Remember, there are thousands of professional institutions out there, but Landmark Metropolitan University stands out unique because of what they do, how they do it, and when they do it. So straight away, I would turn to those we have in the house. Good morning, Mr. Emmanuel.
Good morning, madam.
Trust God you're having a beautiful weekend.
Of course, thank you so much. I'm happy to be here for this program.
Yes, and that is Mr. Emmanuel, the faculty officer and HOD of banking. We also have with us in the studio Dr. Elvis. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, madam.
How is the weekend going?
Well, starting the day with Revival Radio, it can only be promising.
Of course, it is a promising weekend so far. Okay, yeah, we have Mr. Sunday. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, madam.
Trust you're doing great today.
We are doing very great.
I can get it from your voice. And of course, there is always that female voice, that feminine voice that stands out among all. Good morning, Madame Valerie.
Good morning. I'm happy to be here with you, and thank you for having us on set at Revival Gospel Radio.
It is always a privilege having dignitaries in the house, especially when it comes to the sphere of education. So we will be looking at what the Business and Social Sciences Department of that the Landmark Metropolitan University is all about this morning. So expect to hear a lot about management, business, and other departments of that particular school. So straight away we begin with you, ma'am. Can you tell us briefly about the School of Business and Social Sciences when it comes to Landmark Metropolitan University? We have other institutions, and I know you don't do things the same like other departments.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Again, thank you for having me here. Actually, Landmark School of Business and Social Sciences is a forward-thinking educational institution committed in training the next generation of business, management, and social science professionals. When we say training the future, we'll find it at Landmark. We are extraordinary in our Landmark School of Business and Social Sciences because we provide industry-driven programs, practical learning experiences, and a student-centered approach that prepares learner to compete locally and globally. We have that interaction with our students, so wherever they find themselves, be it in the local market, international, they fit in every sphere of the job. And our goal is simple, is to bridge education with employability, innovation, and community development. So you see, this is a brief stand of what we do at Landmark School of Business and Social Sciences.
That was a beautiful summary there. You said a whole lot in just few lines. And I like the aspect of bridging it all because with so many professional institutions out there, students want to go professional, but they don't want to act professional. So in other words, they get the theoretical part, but when it comes to the reality on ground, because you studying business, as for example, maybe a businessman who grows up completely doing the practical aspects and a student graduating from the School of Business without experience, those are two different people.
Sure.
So bringing the two in one makes it perfectly amazing. And now when we look at still Landmark Metropolitan University, I know it is unique from what I've heard from the different departments compared to other institutions. Now when it comes to this particular School of Business and Social Sciences, what makes Landmark Metropolitan University outstanding among others?
Okay, thank you very much, ma'am. As Riley said, what makes us outstanding?
Yeah.
Just the Landmark name itself already makes us outstanding.
Okay.
And in the School of Business and Social Sciences, what sets us apart is our emphasis on practical, skill-based education. The practical and the skill-based education is what makes us really different, the School of Business and Social Sciences at Landmark Metropolitan University Institute. Students don't only learn theories, but they engage in case studies, field projects, internships, entrepreneurship development, and digital skills training. We know the world is going digital. We don't just sit ourselves and fold our arms to cross when we get there. We prepare already as students in the School of Business and Social Sciences how to cross that bridge and get competitive in the market. We also have a small class. We have small class sizes, strong academic mentorship from our mentor universities, both back at home and abroad, and partnership with industry professionals. We make sure we have this relationship because business, as rightly said, you may have the theory, you blend that with the practical to be a full business advocate out there. So this ensures our students graduate with both knowledge and practical competencies that employs value.
Value is the watchword because whatever you do and you don't get to add value to yourself and also add value to the society makes no sense. Thank you very much, Madame Valerie, for
You're
that explicit explanation when it comes to the field of business and social sciences, especially in Landmark Metropolitan University. Now, I believe the different schools have different programs that they get to offer. Now, on to you, Mr. Lay, if I pronounce it correctly. Yeah, what programs or courses do you currently offer when it comes to the School of Business and Social Sciences?
All right, thank you so much, Madam, for this opportunity. At Landmark School of Business and Social Sciences, at the level of HND, we have accountancy, we have banking and finance, we have marketing, trade sales. We also have human resource management, we have project management, we have logistics and transport management, we have port and shipping management, and we have hotel and catering management. We also have educational programs that has to do with those who are interested in education as a whole. So those are the ones we have at the HND level. At the direct BSc level means we have direct BSc programs, direct degree programs. For those who do not like to pass through the HND program, we have management, we have accountancy, we have banking and finance, and we also have marketing.
Yeah.
That is what we have at that level. At the master's level, we have accounting and finance, we have banking and finance, we also have project management, we have human resource management, we have digital marketing. All of these are professional program, MBA, what we call Masters of Business Administration.
Yeah.
We also have logistics and supply chain management. All of these programs, they have MSc. MSc is also an academic master's that we have. We also have 1 year top-up programs in the programs that I have just mentioned,
Yeah.
whereby if you do a professional master's and you want to top it up such that you can be able to apply into a PhD program, you should be able to do that 1 year top-up. Those are the kind of programs that we have at Landmark Metropolitan University.
Then I think indeed that particular school is really rich because you have touched every aspect when it comes to business, every domain so far. Now let us look back at the students in question. All these different schools, all these different departments when it comes to the School of Business, how does it get to support students' career development?
All right, thank you for that beautiful question. I'm going to mention 3 things that we support our students. First, in the training, we make sure that we guide the students to be able to know that in the world of today, we are not just looking at acquiring certificate.
Yeah.
We also help them to know the importance of getting skills. We don't just tell them, we guide them to platforms where they can be able to get skills. We organize workshops and trainings for them. We free of charge.
Yeah.
Yes, other institutions they charge, but at Landmark we organize training and we bring in professionals who have been in the industry for years to come and actually tell our students what is working, what is happening, so that they can be aware. You know, sometimes you might have the resources, but because you don't have the information, you will not be able to actually acquire what is needed as far as your journey or their career development is concerned. So at Landmark Metropolitan University, we take our time to be able to investigate what is working in the industry. We bring it to share with our students. For example, every year we set aside a budget just to make sure that we visit our students during their internship.
Yeah.
To be able to find out if they are on internship and they are actually carrying out the internship as required.
Yeah.
And before they even go out for internship, we guide them. We have sessions with them to guide them how they should be able to coordinate themselves during this internship session, because there are students who have gone for internship and they came back with a proposal for a job. And so when we have this understanding, it is because of the guidance that we give them before they ever go out for the internship. We also have certifications that we compel our final year students, those who have passed through the HND or those who are in their final year to graduate, that they should be able to go in for such certification program in their specialty, to help them know how they can be able to navigate in the digital age. And so we encourage them. Even on campus, we encourage our students, for each and every one of the students, to acquire a laptop, so that at each point in time we see a program that is helping, that is useful for them, we can be able to organize a training session for them. Those are the things that we do to support our students, to make sure that they don't just have a certificate that they went through a professional school, but they should be able to have a backing. And lastly, at the level of their personal life, we encourage and we guide them. We have trained staffs that guide the students in terms of counseling. We give them orientation on which program they should take. You know, sometimes parents are just excited about some programs and they guide their children, force their children into it, and then only to realize after that the child is not performing. So we let them know that there is no program that you take and acquire skills that will be useless at the end of the day.
Definitely.
It's only when you take the program and you don't follow the pattern of the program, because each program has a pattern to follow.
Yeah.
So we make sure that we also guide in that area, and above all, character and your spirituality matters at Landmark Metropolitan University, because there we make our students to understand that the age of certification has passed. We are in the age where you have skills and we have character to be able to project, and we make them to understand the importance of God as far as their life is concerned. So we have a day dedicated for that, which is Wednesday. We always have an hour of prayer with our students. I believe that with this is enough to be able to guide every student who is truly interested to grow in their career and development.
You've said it all, Mr. Lay. Yeah, character and morality counts a lot because you can carry potentials within you, skills, but the way you get to present yourself before somebody will determine if you succeed or you fail. Now to you, Mr. Sunday, in addition to what Mr. Lay has said so far, imagine a student upon graduation, you are dropping applications here and there, and they're asking for 2 years experience, 3 years experience. But you are a student, maybe you've never had an opportunity to see how the job market looks like, aside from just the 1 month internship that you get to do during schooling. How do you get to encourage your students to gain more training and experience? Do you encourage working students in Landmark Metropolitan University aside from internships?
Okay, thank you very much, madam. Landmark is actually unique in all what we do. That landmark principle appears in all what we do, and the students abide by it. So now the world has become so complicated in such a way that only certificates cannot make you survive. Only certificates you cannot have any employment. So Landmark has made it the what we call incubators. Yes, where we train students on how to begin a career in whatever specialty you are studying, in transport and logistics, in port and shipping management, in marketing management. So now they write a small project and then defend in the presence of their lecturers. And then sometimes during we call open door day.
Yeah.
Yes, so they showcase those projects, and the lecturers, the instructors, review the project and see how employable, how adaptable the project can be implemented. And then from there, it now boosts the morale of the student.
Yeah.
Then besides incubators, then we have workshops. We have series of workshops which make the student to have what's called hands on the deck training. Only theory cannot help you. Yes, there are thousands of schools, there are thousands of students, but the job opportunities are very limited, whereby if you don't distinguish yourself, then it's not possible for to have anything doing in this present dispensation. So we build the morale of our students to be highly competitive in the labor market in Cameroon and abroad.
Yeah.
And then secondly, like my colleague said, Mr. Lai, we follow up students even right during during internship. Yes. For example, we went to Limbe. A parent said for over 28 years in service, he has never seen a school, despite lecturers, to follow up students during internship. So now that makes Landmark exceptional. There's no school in Buea which does that. So from there, the students have a very good, positive notion towards what they are learning, and then they have that is very strong ability to work during those internship period. And then we also follow up with the proprietors to make sure that at least they should place at least 1, 2, 3 placements for them to come back when they excel during those internship period. So from that perspective, we've already signed a deal, very strong deal with most of the institutions that can hold back our students, and so that they can have something doing immediately they graduate from Landmark Metropolitan University. So in short, Landmark is unique. Come and see, come and testify. When you enter Landmark, that means you are in a different sphere. Because right. We add morality, we add education, and then we add integrity. Yeah, we add integrity, and then technology as well. So when you are in Landmark, you are a different brand. You are a different brand. So Landmark is exceptional. It's exceptional.
Indeed, it is exceptional because it is my first time of hearing the fact that a school follows up to the level of job placement when it comes to the best performing students. And I'm sure these companies, they oversee the internship so they can best predict which student is the best to retain when it comes to career building. Thank you very much, Mr. Sunday. Dear listeners, we'll catch our breath, and when we come back, we will continue to see more about the School of Business and Social Sciences of Landmark Metropolitan University. dear listeners. You are still in the company of Landmark Metropolitan University, precisely the School of Business and Social Sciences. And so far, we have looked at the different departments of that particular school, and also we have touched some of the advantages, what makes them outstanding, what makes them unique. Now, before we look at the milestone that this school has actually achieved so far, let us turn to our doctor in the house. On to you, Dr. Elvis. How does Landmark School of Business and Social Sciences contribute to community development? I believe that as a school, the essence is giving back to your community. So how does Landmark gives back to its community?
Thank you very much, Claren, for that wonderful question. I want to think that if I am to respond to the contributions of Landmark to community development, we may have to spend about 5 hours here.
No, just summarize it, please.
Given that we have no time, I'll just give a few issues that are very peculiar.
Yeah.
I think one of the striking issues that makes Landmark unique in terms of contributions is the fact that we produce ethical and skilled graduates.
Okay.
I'm sure the other colleague mentioned the fact that we have an hour of prayer every Wednesday.
Yes.
Given the moral decadence that characterizes our society today,
Boya in particular.
like Boya, Landmark does everything possible to inculcate into our learners that upon graduation, they have those professional skills and ethical values needed to thrive in every sector.
Yeah.
At the business school, they always say the customer is the king. When you don't treat your customers everywhere you work, be it at the banks, so Landmark students thrive the world over, be it in private institutions, because we don't train them only for them to be employed, we train them to be job creators. So they thrive in their private businesses, NGOs where they engage in, and banks that they are working at. So they actually have those professional values. That's just one aspect. Then we equally carry out applied research, which is tailored towards solving real-world problems.
Yeah.
I would like to invite the Revival Gospel Radio to Landmark Business School when it comes to defenses by the month of July, August.
Okay.
There you will witness it for yourself that the topics that are defended by Landmark students are geared towards solving societal problems. I remember in July, some defended looking at issues on how to revive the small and medium-sized enterprises in Boya. Some were trying to solve electricity problems in Boya through their dissertations, and now it is left only for what? The powers that be to implement the recommendations. So, equally, we boost the economy, the local economy in Boya. The mere presence of Landmark University in Boya is a blessing to other sectors. For example, the students don't live in the air. They have to pay rent to landlords. It is a plus to the landlords. The infrastructure, it contributes to local development. The Landmark students don't eat from their houses. They buy food along the roads. They contribute to local development in such a way that equally the employment aspect of it, the institution provides direct and indirect employment opportunities to people around Boya and its environs. Us here, for example, we are staff of Landmark. Some of us, we wouldn't have known where to be if not of Landmark. We gain jobs there, and at home we are equally doing our best at times to employ now. When we are working here, you must need somebody to be cleaning maybe the house.
That's right.
So there's indirect and direct employment.
Doctor, let me just throw this question. Does Landmark University employs its students as well?
Of course.
For example, a student is very good at a particular department. You even get to employ that student as a lecturer while the student is hustling somewhere else.
We have a good example. If you were to come, that one we shouldn't even tell you here. You can do your findings as a journalist to find out if among the staff, we have not less than 15% of the Landmark permanent staff who are former students of Landmark.
Wow, that's huge.
Remember, we made mention of the fact that we train not only for them to get the diplomas, we train so that they can be able to use them and help the society. I was coming to that. We equally support what? Local organizations or institutions through internships. The students of Landmark, like Mr. Sunday mentioned a while ago, are placed on internship and they are followed up. When that happens, what we realize that they provide to the organizations skilled and free manpower. Though in turn, they benefit what? Experience.
Yeah.
That is now needed when they complete their studies.
Beautiful. Thank you very much, Dr. Elvis. I'm sure maybe a parent or a student listening out there should be anticipating to grab admission into Landmark Metropolitan University. Because of time, we are just going to rush over some of these aspects. Now, just in the course of giving that explanation, you have touched some of the milestones so far that Landmark has been excelling on. Now, on to you still, Dr. Elvis. When it comes to admission requirements, someone listening to us right now and maybe wants to gain admission, what are some of the requirements to take into consideration?
Beautiful. I think we offer training both at the HND, BSc, and MBA, MSc levels. At the HND level, all you need is an advanced level pass. Remember, we are training professionals. So once you have advanced level, you can be admitted to carry out an HND program.
No points considered.
Or direct BSc. Please, professionals, in most cases, we don't deal much on those because they reveal your capacity.
Yeah.
So, though we equally have those restrictions, but in most cases, we need to know the enthusiasm and professional dream that you have in the business school.
Okay.
Equally, those are going direct. Those who are going for the direct top of BSc, you need an HND or any professional diploma like a DPED 1, DPED 2. Those who are initially teachers who can come spend 1 year and top up to a BSc. Yeah. Then for the MBA or MSc programs, you need a first degree.
Okay.
And when you have that first degree, we don't just admit you into a master's program. Remember, we're in a business school.
Exactly.
And we need the best. So the main thing there is what? Your motivation. So we are so much exigent on that. We require maybe even recommendation letters from maybe institutions that you already think you're trying to solve problems of the society. You need recommendations and a strong motivation to be admitted into a particular program. But please, it shouldn't discourage anybody because we have professionals within who can always guide. There are students who come, they were thinking of doing this, but when we get it and we explain to them, at times we change your initial thoughts, and at the end, you start thriving. And
you see that particular aspect you just talked about. I am also a victim of that because you get to a school for admission, they present their different faculties, and there is this particular faculty that they will hype so much. They'll tell you that immediately you graduate, you just dive into the job market, and they don't bother to find out what are you passionate about, what skills you already have, what do you really want to. It's crazy. Some of us who study this and we find ourselves doing something else. It's so I'm sure since you said you get to take into consideration what motivates you, then passion, there'll be passion driven.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That we need passionate professionals so that when you actually finish, you are not finishing to go and start thinking, what am I going to do? By the time you finish, you know exactly what you have to do, because the main thing is to do what? Contribute to community development and to your self-empowerment.
Yeah. And if you look at most of the job creators out there, these are people who have always been passionate about what they are doing. But those who are rushing after employers are those who just, maybe because of situation, they found themselves there. So they need somebody to employ them. But when the passion is there, you will strive to become a boss of your own.
Exactly.
Thank you so much, Mr. Elvis. Now we turn to Mr. Sunday. I'm sure since Landmark Metropolitan University is a professional institution, and just like Madame Valerie mentioned earlier, that you people get to partner with international institution, home-based institution. So are there scholarship or financial assistance options available in Landmark?
Yes, thank you very much, Madam. Landmark, as I earlier said, is unique. Whereby, if you miss Landmark in Cameroon, you will not miss Landmark abroad. So Landmark is a global brand, whereby we have a lot of fantastic packages for students to come and study. So the president has made it very flexible for anybody who is even self-sponsored to study with Landmark. First of all, we begin with the federal bonuses.
Okay.
Any student you bring to Landmark, you have 20,000 francs upon registration.
In every level?
At every level.
Okay.
20,000 francs. If you have 10 students, already 200,000 francs, which is their first installment. So many students are rushing to bring their mates to come and register in Landmark so that can enable them one way or the other, either pay their rent, have their pocket money.
I'm sure there are students who even get to pay their school fee from recommendations.
Obviously. So it's fantastic. The next one is you talk about community, the impact on the community development.
Yeah.
Landmark is exceptional. They have scholarships for orphans, scholarships for IDPs, and then scholarships for the physically challenged. For example, like what doctor said, this is Christmas. Landmark goes to orphanages and give them support, financial and material support, so that at least they can be part and parcel of the society and that they can commune together. And then thirdly, we have, that one is just the latest model. If you have an overall GPA of 3.6, that means you have fully funded scholarship with Landmark.
Wow.
Fully funded from undergraduate to masters. So as we speak, there are so many students who are clamoring, try as much as possible, learning day in, day out.
Please, let me just step in 1 minute. Now, talking about you having 3.6 GPA, fully funded scholarship, is it just from students who started from Landmark or external students also privileged?
Okay, good question. So far as you are a student in Landmark,
okay,
yes, you have enrolled into Landmark and we start following you up.
Okay.
So we have our parameters, our principles, to make sure that if you are an excellent or brilliant student, then we follow you up to the level that you will merit this first class honors. And then finally, we have signed partnership conventions with other foreign universities like the Covenant University in Nigeria, where students leave Landmark for masters or postgraduate programs. Still scholarship from our president. So our president does not sleep. He don't sleep. He's abroad on daily basis trying to sign conventions and then take contact with other foreign universities. And the latest one is this one of the Covenant University in Nigeria, Lagos. So which means that Landmark wants everybody to be educated, everybody to be literate, no matter the age, except the how do you call it, on the kindergarten.
Yeah.
But so far you are a mature candidate. Forget about your age. Forget about your trade. So Landmark, various disciplines which will model you, will mold you, will build you in such a way that the next 5-10 years you are standing in the labor market.
Of course, I can attest to that because I have seen alumni of Landmark Metropolitan University who are excelling. I was privileged to attend some few classes at Landmark, even though I wasn't a student. That is to let our listeners know that Landmark gives the opportunity for other schools to come and maybe attend classes from their lecturers, depending on the situation on ground. I'm sure at that time I was at Chitekma University. We had to even come and have some classes at Landmark, and it was quite amazing. Dear listeners, we are wrapping up with the program. I'm sure you have learned a lot. Now on to you, Mr. Lai. Okay, Mr. Lai, sorry about that. There are a lot of professional institutions here in Boya. You have said a lot of things why Landmark stands out among the many. But now as a student, for example, in the third term, there are a lot of schools going to, maybe institutions going to high schools, publicizing their schools, choose this. And now students are confused. We've had about 6 different institutions telling us about wonderful and amazing programs. Why should I choose Landmark out of the many? What makes Landmark outstanding? Like, there are several schools of business, why should I want Landmark University?
Okay, thank you. This first thing I want to say goes to parents. Landmark is a place where your children character is being monitored and encouraged and corrected. So you are sending your child to Landmark, you have no fear. Now, why should a student choose Landmark? One, we have consistently employed our own students. It means that you come to Landmark, as you are working hard, you should be sure that there is something for you at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Because like this year, for example, we were asked to send 5 students from each school because the president needed some to add to the staff. Take
Yeah.
note, we don't just have Landmark University. The president has a landmark group. There's what we call landmark group of companies. Yeah, so Landmark University is just a part of that group. So that is what we do. So every year there are employment opportunities as we speak. So many of our students, they get something before they even graduate.
Wow.
Because out of the students that we asked to select, while I was calling and saying, are you available for a job at Landmark for this position? The student will say, sir, please, I am already doing something. So many of the students that I first called, the first 10 students that I called, they were already doing something. So we had to go to a secondary list, what we call list B.
Wow, that means it's amazing.
So that is what we had. And then our students go for internship, like I said, and they return with jobs. And then we have best performing students for the past 3 years. The Landmark School of Business has been producing the best performing students. At the level of HND, we have had a lot of distinction. At the level of degree, we have first class that is being produced from Landmark School of Business. We also follow up our students who could not make it even in another institution.
Wow.
It means that we call. Like a few days ago, I was speaking with a student whose parents have come crying and saying that it's not as if we don't have money, but we don't want to pay fees when we are not sure that the student will be serious.
In other words, maybe they have demoralized the students to the extent that you feel like nothing good can come out from this student.
So I called the student, and after discussing with the student said, no, I'm ready to study.
Wow.
I'm ready to change. So that is the kind of follow-up we give students at Landmark. It means even if you are going out of your way, we can be able to stand with you. And lastly, we have successfully set up internet connectivity for our students to be able to carry out any research that they want to carry out. Because we are in a world of information. And he who is not informed, you are deformed.
Exactly.
And if you are deformed, there are places you will not enter.
That's right.
That is just the reality about the present age.
And the deformation of a man so far begins with self-esteem. We live in a world where depression has become the order of the day, drug addiction, abuse. So as tender as a child might be getting into adolescence, they already have stuff they are battling with. And now some turn to see education as a scam. Some turn to feel like because intellectually I know nothing, I cannot excel. But if Landmark University can go as far as following up students to the level of encouraging them, letting them know that something good can come out from you. Low self-esteem has never paid anybody. It's just a state of brokenness, and you get to encourage them. Then I'm sure if other universities can inculcate this system, trust me, the next generation will benefit a lot. Now, on to you, Madame Valerie. A lot has been said. What are your last words for our listeners out there?
Oh, yes. Thank you very much. As you rightly said, a lot have been said.
Yeah.
And at Landmark Metropolitan University Institute, being the pride of Africa, we excel in our students. That's why at Landmark School of Business and Social Sciences, we are committed to shaping competent, ethical, and innovative leaders. That's what we need now. And if you're looking for a place out there, to our dear listeners, if you're looking for a place where education meets opportunity, where students are mentored and empowered, then Landmark School of Business and Social Sciences is the right place. We therefore go ahead to invite the parents, students, and professionals to join us in building a brighter future. Thank you very much, ma'am.
Thank you very much, Madame Valerie. A brighter future is what we look forward to with Landmark Metropolitan University. Dear listeners, it is at this point that we put a wrap up to this special edition with Landmark Metropolitan University. Boy, I'm sure you've heard it for yourself, and the past editions have been amazing. This was just the School of Business and Social Sciences. The School of Agriculture was amazing. You all heard from a student who is already running a piggery while going to school. You all heard from the medical departments, and I'm sure in the days ahead we will be getting a lot in respect to other schools and other activities being carried out at Landmark Metropolitan University. A big thank you to you, Mr. Elvis, who happens to be the HOD of banking. Thank you so much, our doctor in the house. Thank you so much, and we look forward to having you again. To you, Mr. Sunday, Thank you all so much. I'm sure in the days ahead, we will be at Landmark Metropolitan University. Just to let the general public know that Landmark will be having their graduation. That's on the 18th next week. So I'm sure if you want to see credentials, you want to see how do they call it in the local parlance? They said beauty with brains.
Yeah.
The opening of one Landmark Wonder Estate.
The opening of Landmark Wonder Estate.
Yeah.
I'm sure they are getting it. You've heard for yourself that Landmark University is just part of the Landmark group of companies. So a lot will be happening. You all are invited to be part of the graduation taking place on the 18th at the campus.
Campus B.
The Campus B. Okay. So definitely we will be bringing you all out there. Maybe live reports from what will be happening at the Landmark Metropolitan University. It is a beautiful weekend, dear listeners, and of course, lecturers are tired. They need to go and refresh their brains for next week. So thank you all so much for staying tuned. You have been in the company of Tacom, Clarin, and Divita with the Landmark Metropolitan University. We urge you to stay glued to your radio sets for more programs coming your way subsequently. Do have a blissful weekend and stay safe.